Hello folks, and welcome back to the Ready Go Tea Party and Let's Play Epic Manager. Sorry it's been so long since I did an update, but let's go ahead and hop right into it. So now we have these two quests. Now these quests pop up every time. These are two of the other main factions in the game. Like I think these three cities, city-states, whatever they are warring. So we theoretically, it sounds like if you start doing quests for like this faction, it pisses off the other ones. I haven't experienced that yet. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to portal over here. And now we're going to move down to here. And here's one other thing I was thinking about. When I happened to be loading this game, it gave me a tip about how, be ferocious in your contract negotiations, because sometimes it's worth it to piss off adventurers if you get luck out basically and get somebody at a low price. So I was like, we're probably gonna have some unused scout points now that we have a full party. So what I'm thinking I may do is occasionally checking through recruitment, because we can have five adventurers working for us right now. Obviously only 4 in a party, but we can have one benched who's only making half of his salary. And so the idea was just like try to hire some people really, really cheap. And that way if somebody dies or I could just find somebody better, I could get them like super, super cheap. So let's go ahead and do that because we really don't have anything else to use this on. We're gonna do street scouting. All right, so we have a warlock. His skill again is, the AP regen buff. That's actually pretty damn good. So we might try to grab him. This is the healing. Yeah, heals himself and allies, which is also good. And this is the other warlock, the curse. Debuffs by 25% to all damage types. That's really good because after they made some changes, a lot of debuffs only worked against physical. This actually does everything. So that's actually really, really good. So any of these guys would be great for the bench. Let's go ahead. I'd like to get a little bit more damage though. Warlock's pretty sick. So let's actually try. It's a 0% chance of success. I think that's a little too low. Let's go with like 25%. Because what would it take to get him at 80? Or 70 rather, because that's our normal, right? 23 weekly to get him at 70. I get it just over. So 32% chance of success, 14. So we'd save like 8 gold. At this level, that's not very much. Later on though, I could see this becoming very, very useful. We'll go ahead and lock the contract. It doesn't help very much. It doesn't help our success at all, so let's not even bother doing that. So let's go ahead and just make him an offer. Actually, and let's pay a lot of it up front. Well, no. Since we're not locking him in, I don't want to pay him up front. Wait, what? Are we at our salary cap? No? Wait. Why can't I offer? Not enough space. Oh, what? Well, that was a waste of time. And a waste of a point. Sorry about that. Well, that sucked. I thought I could have 5. Oh well, it's probably the next agency level or something like that. Alright, so let's actually see. We do have 1 research point. So this is where we can upgrade the agency. I want to keep calling it guild. What would it take to get us to level 2? We have to be guild level 3, so no point looking at that. That's where this gets a little confusing because you have an agency level, but then you have a license level. So I'm going to try to make sure to be very specific when I mention those two. What else? Can we get a portal limit up, which is definitely good. Merchants, also very good. We can also have 1 staff. That's probably what I'm going to go for. Champion's pretty nice too because you can hire somebody as a champion and they get extra experience. So if you find somebody who's really good, it's really good to get that super early. That way they level faster. But let's go ahead and do staff. I really like staff, and I'll show you why here. Just unlock the staff members need rooms. You currently have 2 spots, and you can unlock more through the agent research tree, okay? So, this is how staff works. Can we actually do staff? Yes, we do have the point to do so. So, you have 3 sections, I guess, for staff. Head scout. All this does, you have a choice, either to get extra gold from quests or extra fame from quests. You also have a head priest, which means that depending on the religion of your followers, like if you say you had a priest of Astraeus, they would all gain 2% resistances. I think this is the weakest because there's so many faiths, unless you intentionally just had an entire party of all the same faith, which might be something you may want to try. It could be worth it. But anyway, but this is the one I like. The head trainer. This makes it so every time they level up, they get more stats in a particular, more points in a particular stat. And you can mix and match. So if you want to go with one stat, you can get like plus 20 to combat every time they level up. Or if you want to mix and match, you could get plus 15 to both combat and agility. Or you can go down here and just get a flat plus 10 hit points to level up. Which actually, that seems a little low. And then you have a plus 10 to all stats when leveling up. What I like to mix and match. I like to do strategist. Plus 15 to combat and charisma, because combat increases everybody's basic melee damage. And everybody does basic melee damage sometimes. Charisma it affects how fast your AP regen kicks in. Or how much... I think it's how much AP you can regen in a turn. And as we've talked about, HP or AP is very, very important. So let's go ahead and say hire new. Yes. Even though it says hire, you don't actually spend any money, so don't worry about it. It does use a scout action, so we can't hire somebody else. We'll do that next turn, probably. Or we'll look for a quest. I'm actually not sure. So, sorry most of this episode has been talking, but so far the feedback has been positive as far as my combination of explaining versus progress, so good to hear. Cassius Ironmark's camp has noticed our current involvement with his brother. He wishes for us to meet with his representative in order to assess our agency's power, and perhaps give us a few jobs in the future. Be wary though, Cassius has many enemies, most notably his brothers, and they will know of our arrival in his capital. Alright, we'll say proceed. I didn't need to bother scouting these because I knew these were going to be low level. Just from, again, experience from doing it. Let's kill the assassin first. I don't think we even really need to charge up. Probably. What does this one do? We will go ahead and have him charge because I think he'd be ready to go. Oh wow, he can cast first off. Let's go with ice missile. I guess this guy, because this way he can't. If he gets frosted, he can't dodge, and he got frosted, so he can't dodge. Awesome. I will rest with him, and I'm probably gonna charge the big guy. Oh, sweet. Oh, nice. Oh, and he got stunned, and he's bleeding. Wow, that's cruel. Oh, and he's still got an attack. Let's go ahead and use it on him. Oh, 1 hit point. Go ahead. You go ahead and finish him off with a melee. And we're gonna wait. We don't really need the buff song now. Let's just finish him off. That cracks me up. Oh, wow. Oh, that's him dead. Well, they did get 1 hit in. There has been a patch since I last updated. They have apparently made Silver League a little bit easier. Excuse me. Because as I mentioned before, Silver League was a huge jump in difficulty. So that's good to hear. So brushing off his failed ambush, the adventurer party makes its way to Cassius Ironmark's tents. As they arrive at Cassius Ironmark's war camp, one of the mercenaries escorts him to one of the biggest tents in the camp. An incredibly large man dressed in adventuring garb comes to shake the adventurer's hand. Greetings, adventurers. Welcome to Cassius Ironmark's camp. While the mercenaries are busy with the orc invasion, we've got some jobs to do, and that's why we are getting friendly with the new agencies of the realm. The hulking man draws a small gold pouch from one of his pockets. Here, consider this first of many gifts if you decide to help the war hero Cassius Ironmark claim the throne. Without another word, the man goes back into the tent and drops on his cot. So let's see, we got some good money, fame. Sorry, he was desperately needing a drink of water. Gain some rep with Cassius Ironmark. A leaf. Leaf adds a 12 electric resistance to all allies. Arcane resistance to allies. And 75 experience. And looks like 3 of our party members leveled. So let's go with Akmart, our warrior. We can either, for passive skill, add 5% bonus to the adventurer's physical damage, or add 5% bonus to the adventurer's physical resistance. Let's definitely go with damage. I feel like he's doing already pretty good on hit points and damage resistance. I'd much rather him do more damage with that charge. So here's the mage's passive. Add 5% bonus to the arcane damage, 5% bonus to the electric resistance. Generally, things like this I find far too specific. First of all, it's a small boost. Secondly, it's to electrical damage. I haven't fought many enemies that have electrical, period. So it's not that useful that often. While this will come in handy more often. So we're just going to select that. I will say that's a problem I feel, is that some of these resistances, if they're going to be that specific, they need to give you more. If that was like a 15% resistance to electrical, then I'm going to think about it because it's big. 5%, it's not worth it for the very rare. How many times is it going to save you that 5% versus electrical? Almost never. See, 5% bonus damage to fire, which that actually does. Add 5% bonus to adventurer's electrical damage. Well, since he does fire damage, we're going to pick the fire damage one. Are we at level 3 yet? Sorry, I can't really. I know you're like, what? How can you not see it? It's oh, it's right there. My like FPS information is right there. I can't see it. All right, so we're going to go ahead and use a scout turn to make a portal here. Make it here. Generally, my strategy right now is to try to have portals that are touching a lot of spots from one spot away. So in other words, the idea being that I can port from here to here and then pop and do a quest at any of these nodes, right? Does that make sense? So now we're going to want to portal over here. And then we're going to tell them to move over here so we can go do this quest. How are we doing in the agency rankings? We're 3 of 12. We should have no problems. I'm going to say that and regret it, but we should have no problems. Damn it, I've got an item I forgot to equip. I keep forgetting to put it on. You can't put equipment on unless you're in a city. First trimester is over. Okay, we didn't actually get top place. I'm a little surprised. Usually getting first place is really easy, but that's fine. I'd actually rather not get first because it pisses off the other guilds if you're in the first 3, I believe. And as far as I can tell, there's no actual reward for getting a gold, silver, or medal within the trimester. So it feels like there's only negatives, other than making it easier for you to continue. But that's not even necessarily true because your hatred increases. It's still increased by 25, but I think it's actually worse if you're higher. I don't remember. Your agency qualified, license permit renewed for the upcoming trimester, no medal rewarded. See, you can get a medal, but it doesn't, as far as I can tell, at least right now, medals don't do anything. I presume later on they probably will. But yeah, if you'll see, I cannot actually go into our equipment here and equip anything. Which makes sense, like it sounds crappy at first, but it makes more sense when you consider when you're later on going to have multiple parties spread all over the place. It would be kind of lame if you could just swap gear between each other at any point. I feel like that was probably a smart balancing decision. Everin's grass is greener. Everin Ironmark's camp has noticed our current involvement with his brother. He wishes for us to meet with his representative in order to assess our agency's power and perhaps give us a few jobs in the future. Be wary though, Everin has many enemies, most notably his brothers, and they will know of our arrival. See, it says that, but I haven't really noticed any kind of, like, negatives. Again, maybe it's not implemented yet, or maybe I've just been lucky so far. Okay, these guys have really low hit points, so we're just gonna wail on them with our harp. I don't know how much hitting somebody with a little harpsichord or whatever the hell that is would really matter, but let's go ahead and do the oh, he can't do arcane at all. Shit, I thought one of these was arcane. Well, that's a bummer. Let's do fire just to get the dot damage on him. Oh, or he could just die. That works too. This should be a pretty easy fight here. We're not even gonna. Ooh, that's smart. Oh, but no bleed. Wow, I don't think he even got a chance to move. Initiative order matters. Hooray! Monster Weaver leveled up. What item did we get? I'm not gonna read off everything every time. I do want to see what item we got. Ooh, scroll stuns the targeted enemy for 1 turn. So that can actually be quite handy. And I forgot to read the quest text. Sorry about that. But it was basically the same thing. Hey, do work for us. Increase our faction. Blah blah blah. So let's see. He gets a passive 5% bonus to dodge, which is actually not bad because you can dodge both physical and spell attacks. 5% bonus or +5 bonus to the adventurer's initiative. Let's go with initiative. As we've seen, going earlier can make a pretty big difference. So we are going to make another portal. Here. I mean, I would rather this be like 1 away from this city since they can both cover this spot. But I think for this purposes, I think it's going to end up being the best bet. All right, so we've used up our action. We don't really need to rest. Let's go ahead and... Well, let's actually, before we do anything else, let's equip our accessory. We have a rare bronze bracer, all damage +4, ice resistance +8, all resistances +2. Let's give this to the warrior, since he's going to be doing a lot of wailing on stuff with that charge. And that percentage damage is going to give him even more damage bonus with the charge. We'll just have them rest here for this turn, since we don't have any quests, which maybe not great planning on my part. It always throws me off when it says -1 wound, and I didn't have any wounds. Let's see what this little random adventure is, or random encounter. A nobleman looks down at the town square from his 5th floor penthouse. He's been throwing gold coins for the people to fight over. Suddenly, he throws a full bag. A smuggler believes that there is at least 500 gold pieces in that bag. So we can either send the most agile, which is only 30% chance, or wait until the bag falls and then send the strongest adventurer to intimidate the people. Now keep in mind, just because there's an option not to intervene, that's not a I don't want to take my chances. You can still get positive and negative effects from not doing anything at all. 30% chance. Let's try this. 50% chance to intimidate. All right, he intimidated them. Maybe not my first choice, but wow, 1,500 gold. Holy cow, that's awesome. That's very, very worthwhile. So let's read the results here. The strongest adventurer makes a beeline towards the villager who has the bag, yelling loudly that it's his. The villager looks at the adventurer from head to toe before dropping his gaze and the bag. The adventurer picks it up and glares at the rest of the crowd angrily before coming back to the party. Hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So he gained a trait, +10 bonus to combat stat. Wow, nice. That's super good. Worth it. Oh man, we got so much money. That's awesome. So we definitely need to scout for quests ASAP. And we will probably take whatever we can get. Oh man, that one's way out there. This one's at another city, so that one's worth getting for sure. And of course, it's the level 2 one. That's a little scary. For the level we are, that might be dangerous. These are all far away. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's pick this quest, and we're gonna not grab the others, and hope we get better luck next time. We're gonna teleport over here, and we're gonna start moving that direction, but we might not get it. we are going to scout that quest, because that could be a very nasty quest. Level 2. There's a lot of them, but they're low level. Okay, that's fine. That's what we can do. Because again, this opens up a new area for us to portal to as well. Ulrich von Meester has expressed wishes for his grandfather's successor, a noble bard, to disappear in order to facilitate his ascension and become the next in line for lordship. Making this happen will bring Ulrich this much closer to joining Hildrick's cause. Alright. So this could be tricky because there's so many guys. There's also 2 warriors, which is scary. So let's go ahead and wait. We're definitely going to want our buffs. And we're definitely going to hope both of those guys don't have charge. So the question is, do I take the priests out or do I take the warriors out? The charge, like I said, the charge alone can wreck us. I think we need to take the warriors out. And let's go with... They don't really dodge very well. And they've got a lot of hit points. So the damage over time could actually be very useful from fire. Nice. Critical hit, but no fire. Good, though. Can't complain about that. Nice. Thank you for not saving up your charge. Our bard is ready to go. Buff our party with our awesome 30% damage to all damage. That's crazy good. All right, so you are going to... I kind of want to try to attack him and finish him off before he gets healed. He won't be able to... Well, now he does 92 damage. Or he can do. Nice. Okay, good. That worked out. That worked out very well. So let's go ahead. I don't know what happened to the music. Volley fire. Nice. Only this guy's burning, but I'll take it. This guy dodged. Let's go ahead and just do regular attacks now with him. Damn it. Of course, I say warriors don't dodge, and he dodges. Let's go ahead and hit him. Oh, God. Again. Jinx myself. That's 25%. All resistances plus 30%. Well, that nullified our bonus. Where you want him to save up for his bolt again. Nice. Critical hit, 21. Oh, thank God he doesn't have charge. I mean, the AP regen definitely sucks, but nice. Yeah, I want to get that fire on as many people as possible. Obviously, the more hit points they have, the better the fire is, because it'll do more damage over time. And we will again try to finish this guy off. I was trying to hope to get a bleed. Bleed seems to be completely random as far as I can tell. And he doesn't have charge, so I'm less worried about him now. Let's go ahead and do electrical versus this guy. Of course, he dodges. Electrical, the idea being it lowers his resistance. His resistance is... Come on, somebody kill this guy. Nice. And the bard gets a critical hit. What are you guys doing? See, that fire did a decent amount of damage to this guy. No, he can't do anything, so he will wait. Burn. Oh, right. Wait. That was weird. Rally, like, removes all buffs and debuffs. But he did it twice. I don't quite know why. That AP regen debuff is a real bastard, as you can see. I hate Divine Protection. Game definitely needs a debuff, like a offensive debuff. If it's got one, I've never seen it. So charge. Let's charge this guy. I want to kill some of these guys off. I know that was going to be overkill, but all right, this should kill this one if he doesn't dodge. Awesome. And let's go ahead and buff this up again. Anything that gives us offensive buffs and defensive, especially resist all buffs, I am all about. So let's go ahead and fire this guy. You're fired. We need to restructure the company, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna end up going super great for you, buddy. Let's mix it up. Let's do ice. Cool. Victory. Like it would go any other way. Making way for new blood, too. I don't even want to be... Oh, whispers the lordling as life leaves his body. This man's death should make Ulrich von Meester the next in line for lordship. Hildrick will be pleased. We got uncommon bronze bracer. Ice damage +7. Ice resistance +7. So I think you know who we're going to give that to. And oh look, our warrior leveled up again. Passive skill. Caster gains a 15% resistance bonus to all resistances for 2 turns. That's not bad at all, because it's all resistances. And it stacks, so if I had picked it again, which I think is too late for that. Caster gets a 50% damage bonus to all damage types for 2 turns. That's... Oh, that's right, this is after using the skill. I don't like how it's weird how it calls it a passive skill. 50% damage bonus to all damage types for 2 turns. Well, if it's after he's already used it, the damage bonus isn't going to be that helpful, right? Because you've already used your charge. So I'd rather have resistance to damage after using it. Make him even more tanky than he is. Ooh, this gives us skill damage, or AP cost reduction. So we've already reduced the AP cost. Now, obviously, reducing it even more is nice because, one, sometimes that will give us the opportunity to cast it more than once in a single turn. And when we get debuffs that hurt our AP regen, it won't hurt as bad because we can still at least cast it every now and then. But let's go ahead and do 25% extra bonus damage. I like getting the damage up. I'm trying to kind of mix and match that. So what do? We had 25% damage on that, AP cost -1. You know what? Let's really go all out with this guy. So he would do another 25% extra damage. So it's 50% extra damage on his arrow attack. So we already have skill duration 1. We can also reduce the AP cost. Now the way I think about this is the reason you would want skill duration is because obviously you have to cast it less, which means you can do other stuff. But the question is, what else can he really do? Right now, not much. However, later on, when we've got multi-classing, having this skill last longer allows him to do other buffs or damage later on if we decide to keep him. So I'm going to actually go with skill duration 1 again, with that in mind. Early on, it's probably not going to help us that much. Later on, if we keep him, then I feel it could be useful. So a new era rises for Fortuna. Again, the way this works is every adventurer who is under this sign will get like bonus damage or something. I don't even know if we have somebody who worships her. There's the god right there. And no, they don't. Actually, we do have 2 that follow this god, though. That's kind of nice. So we actually got an agency level up. So now we actually can go ahead and unlock license, or level 2 license. Wow, 10,000 gold. I've never had anywhere near this much this early on. So what do we get from going up? Increases our roster size to 6, so we get 2 more slots. We have 1 more quest that we can have in our quest log, which is very important. Salary cap plus is the 700, which is okay. 1 more portal. 1 research points. And we get a new research campaign. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. I think that's definitely worth the 3,000 gold. How much for the next level license? Level 5. Okay, we got a ways to go on that one. All right, so we have 2 research points. What does this one do? Research will upgrade the hired staff's living quarters, now able to attract better staff. I think what this one does is, I don't know if you noticed when you looked at the staff page, there was like it to the... Actually, I'll just show you real quick. To the right, you have like 2, 3, 4. That means like I could get rid of the guy I've got now and hire a new one, and they would get more of that stat. I really hate how hard it is to see which stat is currently the one that's being picked. But you can tell when I pick it, the hire new grays out. So yes, I think that's what the higher accommodation does, is it gets you better quality people, which gives bigger bonuses when they level up. How big of a bonus difference is it? 15 plus 30. Wow, that's twice as much. I'm almost certainly going to pick that. Because I love my stats. Staff tokens. Plus 2. See, I think that's what that does. We're going to try it immediately because even when I was messing around with this before, I wasn't sure. Okay. So let's try that. Let's see if that works that way. We might have to do 2 different turns because we're going to dismiss the one we have. And go down to here. Well, I guess not. So yeah, the whole tokens thing does not make a hell of a lot of sense to me. There's points. Huh. Yeah, that kind of sucks. I don't, like I said, I was able to unlock this later on somehow, and I honestly don't know how. Because otherwise, I mean, this shows 4. Let me make sure that's the right one, sorry. So it's combat and charisma. Yes. So I wonder if... I'll mess with that next time. But let's go ahead and look at our last research points. What do we want? Adventurers expected salary 4%, minus 4% during negotiations. That's not very much, especially at this level. That's like going to be like a couple gold. So later on, maybe. But at this early, no. Unlocks intrigues. Research will allow the AC to train scouts to act as spies, and it'll be possible to send them on intrigue missions to be a nuisance. That we're probably going to want to unlock right as we get the Silver League. Unlocks champion. +1 portals. Actually, the merchants. Yes, let's unlock merchants. Because being able to buy stuff is very, very good. Yep, alright. I know how it works. Don't worry. Alright, normally I'm going to try to keep these videos around 25 to 30-ish minutes. But since I've did a lot of kind of talking and trying to figure stuff out this time, we're going to keep going. And might as well end turn. We can't really do anything. Let's go ahead and actually equip while I'm thinking about it. Oh, there's no portal here. Right. We have to make a decision here. Well, first we have to make a decision here. A bit off the beaten path, the party comes across very old ruins on the way to their next job. After a few minutes exploring the basement, the adventurers spot a very large sigil on the far wall. It's glowing bright against the darkness. The mage believes the signal is acting as a lock. Attempt to decipher the sigil in order to find out its purpose. Leave the ruins and the sigil behind. You know what? He who dares wins. Fortune favors the bold. All that. Oh, failure. And I actually rolled fairly well. Oh, 1 point. Too low. That sucked. The party believes they've deciphered the sigil's meaning, but they were wrong. While they try an incantation, a single wave of arcane energy bursts from the sigil, blasting the entire party. Great. So he gets -10 penalty to Arcana stat, which that's fine. The party obtains 1 wounds. That's actually, believe it or not, kind of fine. Because we're actually number 1 in rankings right now, and we don't have any quests anyway, so we're probably not going to move. So let's search for quests. God almighty, there's one way the hell over there. They're really spread out right now, which is not good. So we want to get this one. How many portal spots do we have? 2 more. So we'll definitely want to get this one. This one's only 2 spots away, so we'll grab this. But I'm not going to grab more, because that one is just too far away. But keep in mind, now we can actually have up to 5 quests. Or 4 quests, rather. But it still only scouts that many. Wait, what? Oh, they can't rest because, okay, that's one dumb thing I feel like in this game. If it's a city, you should be able to rest. You shouldn't have to have a portal there to rest. That's really kind of dumb, to be honest. All right, so let's put the portal here. There's no reason you can't rest in a city. Right, like that's just kind of weird. Do we really need them to rest? What level? Is this a level 2? It's a level 1. we're probably going to be fine. So let's go ahead and portal over here and let's start making our way. Yeah, let's go ahead. Because I'd hate to get behind and then get completely screwed. Because sometimes that can happen. Where you get behind and you just get boned. Let's go ahead and save it here with Swords and Synergy again. Let's see, what do we want to do? I want to get our quest filled up. So we've got that one again, or that area again. We got one. This one's further than it looks because these two don't connect. You have to go around. So that one actually is a bit of a pain in the arse to get to. That one's really far away too. I don't really like any of these. I think there's another city over here. Yeah, we're gonna not take any of these. Those are all crap. And now you're starting to see why it's so important to get your portals spread out. Because again, going, like, if you gotta go even 3 blocks to get to a quest, keep in mind, you gotta go 3 blocks, but then you have to go 3 blocks back. You can use portals from anywhere, but it costs a lot of money to do that. So you really don't want to do that unless you absolutely have to. Protecting assets. The noble houses of the realm have been receiving threats from local radicals. They're seeking help to defend their mansions in these times of unrest. Well, we'll gladly help them out here. Oh, we get a kit from this. A kit is basically a full set of armor for a single class. You don't really get like helm and chest, gloves, stuff like that. There's basically only 2 types of items. Well, wearable items, there's kits, and then there's accessories. All right, excellent. Get everybody that damage bonus right off the bat. That's one reason you kind of want your buffer to have a high initiative. That way he can give everybody else their buffs early on. All right, who do we want to take out? This guy, maybe? Let's go to him with ice because he tends to dodge a lot, I think, as shown here. All right, we're gonna wait. Let's go ahead and hit him. Yep, because with that damage bonus, I knew he could kill him. So, no point in saving up. How much damage is he gonna do? 58? Not enough. I'm gonna wait. How many more turns is this? 3 more turns. Nice. So again, now I don't have to save up for another buff. I can smack him. Oh, wow, and he critted him. Sweet. Thank you, RNG. Sometimes you're not a complete butthole. 61 damage versus, 78. Nice. Didn't catch him on. Oh, and he can do a melee attack. Youch. You all right over there? He's like, not really, actually. Damn it. Dodgy bastards. Let's go with electric. Why not? Nice. Okay. Wow, 1100. Reputation with Hildrick, and we got a monk kit, of course, because we don't have any monk. But now that we have merchants, we can sell that kit. With the last of the robbers dead, the nobles thank the adventurers profusely. We haven't felt safe in months. My thanks to you and your agency for bringing some justice to the realm, says the nobleman before re-entering his enormous mansion with his wife and child. All right, so we are, the end of the trimester is approaching. We're currently in position 1, so I'm not overly concerned about losing our position. So you can actually portal back if you want. But 1,200 gold, yeah, no. So you really, really, really want to get as many portals spread out as humanly possible. On one hand, I kind of want to explore to see if I want to try to find another city. But on the other hand, we've got everybody wounded. So let's actually head back. What we're going to do is head back to the city and rest. And then we'll go from there. In the meantime, let's go ahead. Let's look at staff again. I want to see if I can do this now, maybe? Maybe you have to do this in 2 different turns, or is it combat and... Yeah, see, I really do not understand the way this works at all. Like, it really does not make any sense to me. Because I was thinking, oh, well, maybe it allows you to pick, like, 2? Like, you can do strategist and royal advisor, but I don't think it actually works that way. You can only have one person. Because I think I tried that before. So I don't get what the hell this means. Like, I don't understand it. I might try to dig and see if I can find more information after this video is over, because it's annoying because I don't understand how it works. We can either get 2% fame from quests, which is incredibly minuscule, because like most quests give you like what, 50-ish? So that would be like 1. Like, even if you had 100 fame, it would still only give you like 2. Or 100 fame, it would still only give you like 2, right? Right? Not 20, but 2. Yeah. So that's really, really shitty. Once you get up to 10, it's fine. But 5% extra gold, let's pick that. Okay. I actually don't really like random encounters. Well, I like the idea of it, but I don't like getting into monster fights because they don't give you fame. They give you some gold and stuff, but other than that. Close to the chest, as the party's traveling towards their next quest, one of the adventurers spots something metallic through the bushes in the nearby trees. Approaching the object, the party realizes they've stumbled upon an old, rusty chest. The smuggler believes the chest isn't safe to open. Leave the chest there and head back to the road. I'm gonna believe them. The adventurers slowly step away from the chest. This is clearly the safest option. Things that look too good to be true often are. Well, good thing he recognized it, because I would have definitely opened it. The obnoxious Noblesons have been sprouting terrible rumors about your agency. Minus 30 fame. See, this is where it starts to kind of suck a little bit, because the other agencies just can, like, team up on you, and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Directly. You can get that diplomacy upgrade and try to make them like you better, but that won't stop them. See, so here we are again. The half-wit halfling have sent spies to rob our agencies, lost 150 gold. There's nothing you can do to stop that. You can't like increase your security. It's 100% success. So it kind of sucks ass that they can do that. They really need to find ways to make it so that that's either a random chance to succeed or you can retaliate in some more specific way. Because right now you're completely, well, I won't say completely, but you're very subject to the RNG. Because like I say, even if they like you, they still might attack you. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching. Again, as we progress a bit more, it'll be more me doing stuff and less talking and explaining the game. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Thanks again to Gage for your continued support on Patreon. I very much appreciate it. Make sure you guys leave comments, and I will see you next time.